Good morning. Good morning, my beloveds. Happy Monday. I'm Janice Hilton Thompson. I am here to review Sisters on Tyler Perry's Sisters on BET. I know I am about 5 weeks late, 5 episodes late because episode 5 comes on this week. But I was really trying to watch to see if I really want to review it. Like you, and many of the comments, I'm kind of sick and tired of the struggling black woman with the struggling man, can't find a man, dating married man, sleeping with the bull, trying to fix a man up, trying to invest in a man, can't keep a man, can't get a man, educated, well off, has a great job, but we just don't have a husband. So I'm tired of that um storyline. And then, others have said it's kind of a spin-off of, not really a spin-off, but the fake girlfriends. I love girlfriends. Oh my god. Oh my god. When Joan and Brock broke up, I cried. I literally sat in front of my TV and I cried like a baby. I cried like a baby. So I was like, okay. But of course, it's no girlfriends, right? So I was just kind of wait and watching to see if I'm really going to watch. 3 episodes, one for the Father, one for the Son, one for the Holy Spirit. Three is the number of confirmations. So I kind of finally decided to watch it because even though I am tired of that storyline, um, there are a lot of women, especially women of color, who have it all except the husband. For those of us who do want to get married, right? I met my husband when I was 34, got married when I was 35. And so it's a lot of our stories that we're educated, we have the job, we have our stuff together, but we're just not meeting a good man that is up to our standards, who we can have a fulfilling life with. And so basically, that's why I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and review it. And also, anything that has to do with dating and marriage and family, anything that I can hook into church girls want to get married to, because there are a lot of single church women. Look in our churches, lot of wonderful, great single women in our churches. I remember being a teenager and the older women were teaching me about being single and being chaste and keeping to yourself. And I'm 42 and they're still single. Okay. And I probably would have still be single also if I didn't take control of my dating life and decide to put myself out there and to reposition myself so that I can meet my husband. Because a lot of us women, single women, Christian women, we're hoping to meet that guy in church. And it doesn't always happen in church. He's not always at our church, right? Sometimes we have to go to another church or visit another church or go out and visit, so on and so forth. So, anyways, there are a lot of good content in here that a lot of women of color and single women are dealing with. So those are really the main points I want to really talk about. Not so much a readout of or a review of the show word for word, but just those points that Tyler Perry, love Tyler Perry, and I'm watching Tyler Sisters and the Overlord, the bad acting is terrible, child. It is so bad. But I'm gonna try to stick with sisters. So it opens up with a couple of color having intimate moments, and I was like, "Oh, nice, cute couple! What a wonderful, cute husband and wife!" And I'm just so loving it. He gets up, and the sex was good, and he goes to the bathroom, and he's wishing her a happy birthday. And he says, I'm gonna drop the kids off. And it was like, oh, what a great husband. He's gonna drop the kids off so she can go to work and concentrate and work. I know the man is married. This is an adulterous relationship that Andy, the lawyer, is participating with her married boyfriend, Gary. And you would think, one of the first things I said, now, folks, you being a lawyer, you would think you're a little bit smarter than that, right? But what did the old church mothers used to say? Okay, common sense is not that common. I remember last year we heard of a doctor. One was a nurse, president of a university dating a bum, like a criminal, like just got out of jail. They all got killed by their criminal bum boyfriends. And the first thing I'm thinking, well, wait a minute now, y'all educated and well spoken and You got it going on, and common sense didn't tell you not to date the bum or the criminal that just got out of jail. So common sense is not that common. And we're getting up in ages. They're all over 35 because they're all gonna have to see the high risk doctors. I was 37 when I got pregnant with my son. I'm 42 now trying to work on baby number three. And so, your clock starts ticking and you start to believe in the lies, ladies, that he's gonna leave her. Okay? This is a married man, and he's giving her the talk about, I'm gonna leave her. You're the love of my life. Who would have thought I would have met the love of my life at the gym or something? And she's just eating it up, and I'm sitting there like, girl, he's married. All you need to know about this man is that he's married. No, he doesn't love you. No, he's not going to leave his wife. Yes, he's married, and because he's married, that should have been enough for you to just walk away. Not wasting time. I'm gonna rush through this, y'all, because I have an 8 o'clock appointment. Karen, another one, is at the doctor because her bum low life broke man might have given her some kind of STD. And the doctor said the last time you were here was you was talking about this and another STD, and she's talking about safe sex and having condoms. And Karen said, well, I don't really want to talk about that right now. Okay, so he put you in this position before where you had to go see a doctor because he gave you some STD, and you're back at the doctor because you just want to check, even though she said it was her physical, that you possibly have another STD. Thank you guys for those thumbs up. I really appreciate those thumbs up. So when do we take our lives in control and say, listen, I'm not gonna put my life at risk with some cheating man who's cheating on me, who could possibly give me a life-threatening sexually transmitted disease because he can't keep it in his pants. Okay. Danny, I love her. I think Danny is my thing. I love her. She's hilarious. She works at the airport, and she's on the phone talking about what some man did. Here again, a girl, let me tell you what he did. Like, how many times, girls, are we going to have that conversation with our girlfriend about the same man? Girl, let me tell you what he did. Sabrina, I like Sabrina too. I really like her. She just came off as very well-rounded, very humble, and I really, really do like her. She works at the bank with Maurice. I really like Maurice. I like him. I think Maurice and Zach, they're two of the best actors on the show. Now, again, the actors on this show is not as bad as Tyler Perry, as the Overlord is bad on the Over. But I'm trying to watch just to support brother Tyler. I could not watch the have-nots. I tried so many times and then I gave up. I can't. Hannah with her fake crying, Lord, I could always say, cry, Hannah, cry. But I will say Maurice and Zach are two of the best actors on this show. So she's at the bank, and this guy Calvin has been coming in 6 weeks. He really likes her. At least you know how much money he got, right? Not that she's supposed to check. Let me just put that out there. And he wants to come in back, and he didn't want to go to Maurice Lines. He wants to go to Sabrina Lines. Sabrina's the girl that works at the bank. And he wants to take her out. And she was like, "How you know I don't have a boyfriend?" He said, "Girl, your social media." She was like, "Wait, 23 types of guys you might meet on social media." Please excuse my nails. I'm going to get them done today. But 23 types of guys you might meet on social media. So he's checking out her page. Ladies, be careful what y'all put on social media. There was this girl. How about she want a husband? And I'm trying to talk, girl, don't put that picture up there, Lord. The picture she put up yesterday, she was half naked. I was like, girl, in her drawers. I was like, can't help her. But he was checking out her social media. I mean, he could be a stalker or a killer now, don't forget. But let's see where we're going to go with Calvin. Karen talks, the doctor talks to Karen about the unprotected sex. Uh, did y'all see how that table was for the pap smear? Don't nobody do no pap smear like that. Come on now. If y'all going to have a doctor doing a pap smear, at least have a medical person in there that say, you got to put the chair back. Who do a pap smear sitting up? I know I don't. I just did mine last month for around my birthday, and I was laid back. Okay. And then she talks about how old are you? She's 36. Freeze your eggs. Ladies, let me tell you, You're 35, you're automatically high risk. Okay, healthy or not, I was healthy as a horse, they would say, but because of my age, I was high risk. The high risk doctors got tired of seeing me, but you have to go, because of your age. Hi, Peggy. Good morning, Janice. I was wondering if the show was any good after listening to you. Just know I got to catch up on. It's really good. It's good. It's good. Okay, for women who are dating and want to get married and stuff like that, about not settling, not compromising, sticking to what we want. Okay, Andy gets to the law firm and chit chat. Did y'all see the see? I can't. I see things, right? Like you could see the ceiling, but it's the studio ceiling. It's not the real ceiling of the law firm. Anyways, meets with wife who wants a divorce, and then we back at the airport. Danny cusses Zach out about, you cheating on my girlfriend. I hooked you up. This is why I don't believe in hooking people up, because if it don't work out, I don't want you to blame me. Um, and so is her friend Jerome, who is Zach's friend. And what did the church mother say, y'all? I didn't, the church mother said a whole lot of crazy stuff, but some of that stuff they said was true. Birds of a feather flock together. So not only is Zach cheating, but Andy's friend Jerome is on the internet, is on social media liking all the pretty girls' pictures. Okay. Back to Andy. Meets with a couple who wants to get the divorce. She's willing to settle for 4 million. Um, or five. And Andy said, no, we want $20 million. Okay. And he was like, "Are you crazy?" The senior lawyer that has the husband case, Michael, is this his name? Are you crazy? You know how these work? And he was like, She was like, "I want $20 million, or we'll see you in court." So the husband gets out and walk out, and then she says, um, "I've subpoenaed your tax records, and you don't want people to know what you've been doing." Then they walk out. Turns to the wife and said, "Do you know what he's been up to?" Okay. This is another reason, y'all, ladies, single ladies, I love my husband. I love that man to life. You hear me? We've been married almost 7 years. He has provided. My husband. He never asked me to pay a bill in this house. He don't ask me for half the mortgage, 50%. My husband is sole provider in our home. That's what I wanted, ladies. But let me tell you, I know what's going on. Mortgage, I get the alert on my phone. And so this woman, this wife, and many wives in my other book, The Naked Wife, husbands is doing a whole lot of stuff and you don't know what he's doing. You don't know anything about the money. He's doing all kind of stuff behind your back. You have no clue because you totally trust him, as you should. However, history will tell us, ladies, that we need to know what's going on, because he was doing all kind of stuff, making all this money behind her back without her knowing, and he was trying to get rid of her for $4 million. No, baby, we want $20 million, because you don't want people to know, or the government to know, what you've been doing with your taxes. So pay up the money. Of course, they came back. They agreed to pay the wife $20 million plus a house. Okay. Karen and Zach cheated on Karen. Listen to this, lady. Y'all, the ones that always stay with these cheating boyfriends. Okay, I don't believe in boyfriends. Back at the house, and he's apologizing for cheating and possibly giving her an STD. And he said, "How many ways can I say I'm sorry?" She said, "Well, the first time you sent flowers, then the second time you gave me an STD that I had to take antibiotics to get rid of." And then she went on and on about all the times he messed up. And she says, "Does your dingling have a mind of its own?" Ladies, stop believing and thinking that cheating is a mistake. Unless the dingling has a mind of its own that rolls out his pants and climb up and get in the woman's kitty, it is not a mistake. Cheating is intentional, especially when you're married. Because when you're married, you stood before God and man, family and friends, took those vows. Janice Hilton Thompson, Janice Hilton, vowed to be your lawful wedded wife, to hold, to cherish, blah, 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 forsaking all else, forsaking everybody else. Mama, daddy, kids, girlfriends, friends, forsaking all else. And now it's just about the husband and the wife. He says, I don't know why I do it. See, ladies, he's trying to get into your emotions. I don't know why I cheat. I just don't know why I'm doing it, as if he's two. My 4-year-old son can tell me that a grown behind man cannot tell me you don't know why you cheated. You don't know. You need to go see a counselor. And this relationship is over. And Karen said, what is love? He says, how do I feel about you? Love is an action word. And I tell my girlfriends when I was writing the book with the cheating men, it's an action word. And see, we make excuses for men and say, oh, if he cheats, it doesn't mean he doesn't love you. Actually, that is proof that he does not love you. Because Christ loves the church. What did Christ do? He died for the church. So when you love your wife, you don't go cheating, breaking her heart, because that's not what love is. So you can't tell me a man loves his wife and is still going to go cheat because it doesn't mean he doesn't love her. That's exactly what it means. See, to him and to men, it doesn't mean he doesn't love her. They're thinking, because they could sleep with a woman, different woman every day of the week, get up, and means absolutely nothing to him, to them. And they're saying, oh, it doesn't mean I don't love you. But love looks at it from the wife's side and say, but because I cheated on my wife, it is going to mean to her that I don't love her. So I'm not going to cheat on my wife. So I don't ever want to hear that excuse talk about it don't mean I don't love you. Yes, it does. That's exactly what it means. And I think in my book, let me get it real quick. One of the wives said, The Naked Wife, it's available on Amazon also. One of the wives said, he gambled with me. He gambled with me and our children. You're a married man. You're going out there cheating on your wife. She said, he gambled with us. And what happens when you gamble something? You're able to lose what you're gambling with because apparently it is not that important to you. So you are willing to part from it. So you're gambling with your wife and kids because you don't have a control over your dingling? No, 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 no. That's not love. Love is an action word. And when any man, husband, want to talk about you love your wife, you go look at Christ. How did Christ love his wife? The church, he died for her. So what does that mean? A husband has to die for his wife. Die daily, die to lust, die to you want to go out there and cheat on your wife and lie and all of this stuff. You have to die daily. Even in Christendom, as born again believers, we have to die. The Bible says, die daily to our flesh. You want to punch that person, you got to die. You want to cuss them out, you have to die. Let that flesh die daily because we're being an example for Christ. Thank you, Peggy. Morning, Marvina. Okay. So he said, I love you because I feel. No, no, no. Your actions tell me. I know my husband loves me because he goes to work every day and he works very hard for us. He provides for us. He takes care of us. We are not in need of anything. And to my knowledge, almost 7 years later, my husband has been faithful. I have definitely been faithful. And once I took those vows back. Okay. So then the girls meet for Andy's birthday and they want to talk about Gary. And she said her happiness, listen to this, ladies, her happiness is not based on him. Be careful where you put your happiness in. Okay, happiness has to do with what's happening. I am happy, I'm provided for, I'm protected, I have everything I need, so on and so forth. When I was single, struggling by myself, sleeping in a futon, living in a one-bedroom house, I was content, but I was really, 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 really happy because I wanted more things and more to be married and to be protected and provided for. So, ladies, be careful when your happiness is based on a man and it's not from within and from the Lord Jesus Christ. Okay. They chit chat. And she said, girl, did y'all know if we all got pregnant, we would be geriatric? Yeah, 30, you're over 35, it's automatic. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for those thumbs up. All right. Andy wants to break up with Gary, and they want to ask her why you want to break up with him. Danny, love her. She said, is it a crooked dingling? Is it a turtleneck size? She said, he's just not the one. Okay. But how many times have you thought that to yourself and say he's not the one? Sabrina dates walking Calvin. Oh, when she was at the bank, she accepted the date and she said, well, if you could be at this place at 9 o'clock, then I'll be there. So she walks in, she know it was 9 o'clock. Um, Danny asked, they were talking and chit-chatting about, Maurice said Calvin is gay. So Danny comes in, Danny asks the question, are you gay? You have to ask those questions this day and time. Years and years ago, Dr. Bennett said, ladies, you need to ask the man, are you gay? Have you ever slept with a man? You need to get the answer to that question because if anything comes back later, and I say, ask these questions in front of a counselor so you have a witness. Write it down, counselor. Okay? So you have a witness. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, she asked that question. Karen and Danny talks about they've both been cheated on and they vow never to date married men. Amen. So if you've been cheated on, why would you then turn around and go date a married man knowing that he's married? Because you know the pain of being married, of being cheated on by your boyfriend. Okay, Gary walks in looking all handsome. I don't think he's that fine. All the girls was gushing and going after him. And with flowers, and he walks out with her, and they went to the apartment to the duel. Sabrina and Calvin chats about him not being gay, and then the blue dress, brown dress, blue dress, black. Just remember that a few years ago on the news. Um, and then he asked the question that a lot of us don't want to get asked later. So what's wrong with you? Why you ain't got no man? And she was like, wow, wait up. Maybe it's just that she hasn't met the right person. And that's what it is for a lot of us, right? When we were, I would say, it's just that I didn't meet the right man that I wanted to marry. I knew what I wanted, but I didn't meet the man. And for me, I can talk for myself. I was not putting myself in the environment. I spent a lot of time at church. My life was work, home, school, and Alexia. But I didn't put myself in the environment where I can meet the type of men I like. Soon as I did, I met my wonderful husband. Okay, Karen gets home and Zach is leaned up on his bike, y'all. His bike. He don't even have a car. Now, you do have to look at that. My husband didn't have a car, but he had his townhouse 2 or 3 blocks from the light rail. He works in the city. He doesn't need a car, but every time he came to get me, either he had a rental car or he gets transportation from his job and came to meet me first initially because I don't know, you could be a killer. I'm not getting in no car with you. I'll meet you there, but I'm not getting in your car. Okay. She changed the locks. He said, "Are you serious? She changed the locks." Yeah, I changed the locks. It's my apartment. Zach says, "Are you going to throw away 3 years?" Listen, guys, ladies, how the guys they put it back on you. They go out there and cheat. They cheat. They gamble with your marriage. Okay. And then when you decide to move on, then they go say, so you are going to throw away 3 years. Excuse me? I was faithful this whole time. I think this lady said that. I'm going to do a reading from this lady. She said later, she said, I was faithful this whole time. While you was out there cheating, I was faithful. And he said, you're acting like this is just your place. She was like, excuse me. He was like, you acting like I didn't help you with the deposit. See, that's how they get you. This is why my daddy said, don't take nothing from no man that you're not married to or want something in return. He probably met her. She was probably trying to get the deposit money. He probably borrowed some money from some boys, help her with the deposit. And then she got all happy. Girl, he helping me to pay my deposit. And then she says, you haven't put a dime in the rent since then. So he's been living rent free, child. Rent free, Zach's been living. Then he goes into this, Zach goes into this toddler mode, crying, help me get better, you save me, blah, blah, blah. Don't fall for it. This is my thing. And this book says it. Oh, this book is so good, y'all. Y'all need to get this book. Peggy, did you get a copy of this book? The wife said, now you want to cry. I'm going to read it for y'all later. I'll come back and read it later. Now you want to cry because I'm ready to leave you. Why you didn't come and cry to me before you went and cheated with that woman? See, now Zach is crying because he don't have anywhere else to go. She's putting him out and he wants to cry, help me, save me, blah, blah, blah. But he sure didn't come to her and cry to her to help him go get him some counsel when you wanted to cheat with that woman. Ladies, stop falling for the bull crap. His actions tells you how he cares about you. If he cheats, he don't love you. Hear me. Well, let me hear husband. I don't do boyfriend. Neither am I telling you to leave your husband. That's not what I'm saying. Except if he's beating you, then, you know, girl, I'll send you some money to help you to pack, okay? But other than that, that's the only time I will tell a wife, leave if he's beating you because he could kill you, okay? That happened to one of my church sisters. That man who was an elder in the church, which is my father's church, shot his wife in front of their three kids. The mama is dead and he's in jail. Three kids, no parents. Okay. Marvina, you have a gem, Janice. Most men in Mo are trick car SUV poor owning all three. Huh? Truck. My husband lives in by the like even when we got married, he bought a truck. When we got engaged, he bought a truck, and then I had a car. When we got married, I parked my car. I didn't need to drive my car because we still live near to the light rail. He walked down the street to the light rail, get on the work. Once he get on the train, he don't get off. He don't come outside till he gets to New York. And then eventually, I gave away my car to my girlfriend because it was just my car was sitting there for about 2 or 3 years. I never drive it because I was driving the truck I bought. So you have to get all the data. Get all the data. Okay. Okay. Karen says, I can't save you if you're so bent on drowning. You don't want help. Cheating man, cheating husband don't want help. If you did, you would go to the counselor and be at the counselor office 2 or 3 times a week. If you've got a problem keeping it in your pants. And he cried, I need you, please. No, you don't. You need a place to stay, but you don't need her. Excuse me. Andy and Gary is back fornicating and adulterous sex and carrying on. The girls text her to ask her if she did the do. Gary gets a text from the wife that the son is sick. And then he's, I love you. I can't fight with you and my wife. This is a blah, 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 blah. I love you. No, he don't. He don't love you. He don't love his wife. He loves himself because he got you and he got the wife. And he's getting all the benefits of both of you, but he don't love you, boo-boo. Okay? He's married. He don't respect the wife and he don't respect you. Karen is taking care of herself. Child Zach comes in, and you know what happened. They get busy. So then Andy gets the new client. Remember Helen? I think her name was Helen, the wife that she gets the $20 million for. I say, I have a friend who wants to get a divorce, and so she goes into the office and she's talking. She said, my name is Andrea something, but friends call me Andy. And she says what her name is, and she asks what is the name of the husband, and she said Gary Marshall Borders, aka her adulterous boyfriend. I kind of figured that was going to be the wife. When Helen says I have a friend who needs a divorce, I kind of figured, and I think a lot of us figured that's true. I'm not going to do episode 2 right now because I have the state is coming at 8 to meet with us for our special needs child log. When you all have a special needs child, they're at your house every other month, the state. But that's just the way it is. That's what needs to be done because people abuse their kids and don't take care of them. And so this is the state's way of saying we're going to check and make sure everything is all right. Anyways, So it's a lot of good content and a lot of data and a lot of information for women to really look and say, is that what I want? I made the decision when I was 28, 29, 28, I believe. I was going to stay by myself. Either I'm going to get what I want or I'm going to stay by myself, but I'm not going to compromise. I am not going to settle for anything less than what I want and what I deserve and what I know that God has for me. I'm not sleeping around. I'm not dating with no married man. I'm not being with no man who can't provide for me, can't protect me. None of that. If I got to help you put a roof on my head and food on my table, I am not the girl for you because my daddy told me the least a man can do is put a roof over your head and food on your table independent of you. Okay, and I wanted my own man. I didn't want nobody that's married. I don't want nobody that's in between a relationship, trying to get out of a relationship. I didn't want any. All right. Okay, my beloveds, I'm gonna run. Peggy, thank you. Marvina, thank you. Please share this. Share this out if you have a community tab. Share this on your social media, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you can share this. I'm gonna do episode 2 later when I come back home. I absolutely love and adore you guys. Thank you for your support. Remember, The Naked Wife is available on Amazon. I think it's on sale. I am going to have a Black Friday sale, and 23 Types of Guys is also available. It's my brand new book, and there's a lot of data and information in it. And my little one is coming, and I have to go. Bye. Bye. Love you, Michael.